Yeah, so today was my interview day, and I went. It was quite an interesting experience, but it was smooth, like really smooth. So that morning, my interview was scheduled at 7:30 to 8:30, and I woke up, dressed up. I was ready by 5:50. I wanted to order an Uber because my cousin was not feeling very fine. So when I ordered the Uber was keeping so long to come. So my cousin was like, "Hey Charlie, let's go." Like, I'm really grateful to that man. Like, he really got my back. So we set off like around 6, and by 6:30 we were at the embassy. So I had to wait for a while for the interview to start. Yeah. So today was for my interview, and I was there. It was quite an interesting experience. I think it's more about preparations. When you do the right preparations, it's quite easier. That's based on my experience. Because when I went, even sorting out the document, I had done it already in the house. So when I came, they request for this, you put it there. They request for that, you put it there. And it wasn't a challenge. I could see how the security was instructing people, and the way they may instruct you, if you don't have your things figured out, you may feel afraid, or because already you are tensed up for the fact that you're going for the interview. So if you don't get that right atmosphere, before I went in, I was tensed, but yeah, along the line, I got to realize it was just a simple process. If you have all your documents intact and you don't really have forged documents and you have your thoughts together, you don't really face any challenges. I think it was that simple. They asked me some simple questions like so the questions were quite simple. I was asked 4 questions, and I want to record these down before I forget them. So the first question was, have you traveled outside Ghana before? I said no. What program are you going to study? I mentioned. Who is sponsoring? I mentioned. And he said, what to study in that program do? Okay, why did you choose that program? So I mentioned why I chose that program. But one advice I would give to anyone is that get your documents intact, know the requirements. Yes, and just be confident while you go, because you may not really have any difficulty as far as the processing is concerned. If you're confident, you answer the questions, you're good to go. I really enjoyed the conversation, and it was a young guy. He didn't really even have time to look through the documents and question things. But yes, the travel insurance I made, the health insurance I had was quite different from what they expect. So I've been told to present it within the next 2 weeks. And from what I've heard so far, if you've been asked to provide further documents, normally it means you are almost through, like you get that. So Charlie, I'll catch up with you some other time, eh? Oh, but I feel so happy, like I'm so happy, like yeah. So far I'm released of some tension, some stress, because I was quite expectant. Like I didn't know what to expect. You understand that kind of feeling? Even though I knew I had everything intact, I was still, whenever I wake up, I still go through the documents to see if it is all set and all that. But yeah. So interestingly, the guy was so cool, and I think it's a matter of preparing well, getting to read around, because a lot of things I even researched and I was expecting them to ask, they didn't ask things like what tourist attraction do you know in Germany, like a lot of those stuff. They didn't ask anything. The guy didn't even have time to go through the like he just flipped through and he was like, "You have all printed documents?" I said yes, and he said, "Okay, the only thing we need is your additional documents. So get it here and that is it." So yeah, hopefully I'm going to bring that in the next. They've given me 2 weeks, but I hope to do it in this week, and expect my process to progress. So yeah, on my way back home, I had to move from the embassy by foot and got to the ridge, where it connects to Medina Road. Got myself Accra Medina Road and got myself a Trotsky, and I decided to take some beautiful shots of some of these structures on the way. So yeah, I was very much hopeful and believing that I was going to hear good news, but along the line I was also thinking how I was going to get the additional document, and when I went it was in my email, like that insurance was sent to me and I didn't know. So I sent it back, and you will see a video on that. Choose. And yeah, for the fact that everything went well, I danced to Darling Jesus on TikTok.
Forsake me, I can count on you when every